Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. I'm here for an update. So in my last video, I kind of told you all about our initial consultation with the fertility clinic that we went to. The last update that I gave was kind of just sharing with you all that the next steps from our initial consultation was that we would have to get our records to my physician, or to our physician, from both Tyler's semen analysis, both of his, and then as well as like my HSG and some other tests that I had previously already had done. I got all of those records to him, and then after kind of giving him those records, it was actually via email, so it was super easy to do, and he actually was responding back via email, which honestly I appreciate so much because it's more real-time communication. It's with the physician, not the nurse. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's just reassuring knowing that your physician is invested in your situation and in helping you. And so I thought that was really nice. So he did give me his personal email. I was able to email him all the results, and then he got back with us on what he recommended as our next steps. And then we kind of had to decide what our next steps were. So as you can tell, I feel like I just feel a little nervous talking about this. I also feel a little excited. So I'm sure that you all can kind of tell that I have a little bit of news. After he was able to review Tyler's semen analysis and my HSG and some of my other blood work and stuff like that, he did basically recommend. So I went and got my phone just to kind of read you kind of what he said exactly. His analysis was that his first semen analysis was very low. The second one was relatively normal, but he would suspect that his average would lie between the two of them. As we discussed, it is hard to exactly pinpoint the issue, though I suspect some endometriosis is probably the main issue. We could start with trying inseminations as a first step, and that would also let us get a better look at the true sperm counts. The other option would be that other test that I discussed that is done from a endometrial biopsy and would guide us about endometriosis. This cost is about the same as trying an insemination for 1 month. If that was negative, then it would support doing inseminations for a while. But if it is positive, then that points to endometriosis, and inseminations would be unlikely to help. Let me know what you think and if you have any other questions. So after I received that email, obviously Tyler and I had some discussions about our thoughts on basically which option we should go with. I don't think that there was a very obvious and clear direction of what will officially work. It's more of a trial and error type of thing, but I feel like fertility treatments, infertility in general, that's kind of what it is. It's a trial and error type of thing. Ultimately, I feel like whatever is meant to be will happen, and God will be the true, decision maker in that, and what will work and what we should do. The way that I like to go about my decisions, this might be a little controversial, I don't know, but the way that I like to go about my decisions is what I feel the most peace with, kind of what my gut is telling me to do. It doesn't mean that it's always the right answer or the answer that is going to lead us to success. I just like to pray about it. I like to just have peace with my decision. And so after talking to Tyler, I think we were both on the same page, and we are deciding to do an IUI first. Basically, we feel like we would like to do the IUI first because it will give us a clear look at his sperm and if there are any issues with that, while also giving us the ability to potentially get pregnant in the process if there is no endometriosis issues. So I'll just read what I sent back to my doctor, which kind of does sum up our thoughts on this. I just said, after discussing both of these options, we feel that we would like to try an IUI. first, in case it truly is a sperm issue, and to better explore that before having to have surgery to check for endometriosis. If the first IUI is unsuccessful and you have a better idea of his sperm quality, we will do the surgery to check for endometriosis. So that is basically our thought process behind it. I think that my thought was, you know, if we check for my endometriosis first, we still don't have a good idea of his sperm quality. So I could have the surgery done, and then we would likely try on our own for a little bit. And then ultimately you'll still have to go, if that doesn't work, you would still have to go to IVF. Whereas if we start with an IUI, we're able to get a better idea of the sperm quality, potentially get pregnant if I have no issues. I also have no real signs of endometriosis. It's kind of just what he's thinking is the issue. So there is still a potential, like I'm pretty confident, I'm pretty healthy, that there is a potential that we could get pregnant doing an IUI. Either way, we'll be able to understand the sperm quality, and then if it doesn't work, I think we'll go ahead and have the surgery just to either know for sure if I have endometriosis or to rule it out. That will also be able to guide us on our next steps. If I am negative for endometriosis, then we might do a couple more IUIs and see if that works. So it's all obviously huge decisions. It's very difficult to make. But it's also very, very exciting. I'm excited to just have the opportunity to potentially increase our chances. Obviously, I'm very aware that, you know, IUIs are not typically super successful. I'm also very aware that there is a potential that they could be successful. So the way that I'm looking at it is I'm trying to stay positive and very hopeful that it will be successful. I'm super excited to do it and to see what happens. I honestly don't know much about the protocol. After we sent that message to our physician, he did say, you know, whenever your next cycle starts, call the office. They'll tell you about the protocol, everything you're gonna have to do, and then basically we'll get started that month. So as I'm filming this video, which I'm sure I won't post these for a while after it, and maybe not until after the whole process is done. I don't know. I want to do what is, you know, what I'm comfortable with doing. So either way, right now, I should be about starting my cycle in just a few days. I'm already feeling signs of my cycle starting, so I am getting very excited and very nervous. I just am praying and really, really hopeful that this is successful and that we are able to do this and stay positive either way. So that is the update. I hope that you all are excited like we are. If you are going through the same process or have any type of experience with IUIs, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. I don't know when this video will go live. I don't know if it will be while I'm in the process or afterwards. I don't know. But either way, I'd love to hear your story about your experience with IUIs. This is the moment when I am really leaning on my infertility and TTC Facebook group, because there are so many people that are getting ready to have IUIs or going through that process. And so it's really been helpful to read the comments and see the different experiences. I've seen where people have been successful the very first IUI. I've seen where they've been successful after a few IUIs, and for some it just doesn't work. So I am very well prepared for either outcome, but I am very hopeful and excited for hopefully a good outcome. So I'm so nervous. But either way, I will keep you all updated. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.